Another leader joining Trump in the Oval Office, and another chance for us to feel uncomfortable, as these leaders often do, in the room with him as Trump represents us on the world stage. This was with Irish Prime Minister Martin, and Trump was kind of in a grumpy mood. You could tell. Let's just start going through some of these clips. We'll talk more about their meeting and some more substantive things, either in a different segment today or on the bonus show. You can get the bonus show by clicking the join button below to support the work that we do. But first, Trump says enough from a reporter and then can't hear. He was having a lot of difficulty in this meeting hearing the reporters.
No, that's enough, Kelly. Thank you.
President, is there anything that the teacher could say to you today that would dissuade you from going ahead with
I can't hear.
Mr. President,
What? That's not what normal humans do. Normally you go, I can't hear. Could you say that again? He just goes, I can't hear someone else. And then goes to a different question. Ooh. We will get again to a shot where you can see the Irish Prime Minister as well. But first, a few of Trump's solo moments. You also have this.
Can you say which countries you might target in your next travel ban?
Say it.
Can you say which countries you might target in your next travel ban?
Wouldn't that be a stupid thing for me to say? I said, which countries am I going to target for the next travel ban? Can you believe somebody would ask that question?
Again, a grumpy dumpty in the Oval Office today. This comment raised some eyebrows. I should remind you to subscribe to the channel as well. That's the free thing. If you want to a step further, the join button is what I referenced.
But who would want these things? And everything's transgender. Everybody transgender. That's all you hear about. Now, that's why we...
Quote, unquote, everything is transgender. It's true. I mean, Jaden, I went to a taco truck and I said, can I have a taco? And you know what they said? It's a it's a taco now. I went to the store. Jaden, I went to the store. I got an avocado. And the cash register lady said, it's an avocado now. They found out that they actually had always truly believed themselves to be an avocado. And so they transitioned. Sorry, what were you going to say?
That was your best work.
What's another one? No, I'm not doing it. Okay, here we go. Charging forward. Sorry about that.
People are going to blame the Democrats. And Schumer is a Palestinian as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's become a Palestinian. He used to be Jewish. He's not Jewish anymore. He's a Palestinian. Okay.
What is that? What? I have met some really drunk people in bars. I have. We all have. And I've never heard one of them ramble. Yeah. Listen. Chuck Schumer, you know, he's Jewish. And I've heard things like that before, right? You're like, oh gosh, where's this going? You know, he's Jewish and now he's Palestinian. He's Palestinian. You know, Schumer, Jewish Palestinian. I've never even heard the most drunk Trump supporter say that. What does that mean? Now, I guess he's saying that Schumer's advocating more for Palestinians than Trump likes or something, but it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. And he's sitting there in front of the world. Here is the Irish Prime Minister being asked about Trump's plan to take over Gaza.
Israel, and they work to try and bring people together. It's difficult work.
What about the president's plans to expel Palestinians out of Gaza? Are you discussing that with him and giving him your...
Nobody's expelling any Palestinians. I don't know. Who are you with?
I'm with Voice of America, sir.
Oh, no wonder. Okay, Voice of America.
No wonder. He says that every time. Hey, come here. Let me take a look at you. Come here. Let me get a little pissy. Come here. Tell me. Let me look at your tag. Come here. Who you with? Voice of America, sir. Of course. Carrie Lake is the head of Voice of America right now. Carrie Lake. What do you mean, of course? Carrie Lake is the head of Voice of America. His appointee. In a sense, he has control over it. What? He says no wonder, no matter what. But his assertion there, when he doesn't want to actually answer a question, he just goes, who are you with, right? We've seen it on recession questions and Russian questions. And so there, he clearly doesn't want to answer the substance. It wasn't directed at him, but he jumped in because he got asked about the expulsion of Palestinians from Gaza. And he seems to be alluding to the idea that he didn't say that. But what do you call saying all of the Palestinians are going to leave and we're going to take control of it? Which is what he said. He can take it back like he takes back tariffs, but that's what he said. Then this.
Wonderful.
Are you trying to
And my
conserve
second
Mr.
question to this, Ireland is known for very happy, fun-loving people. Great attitude, many in this room right now.
So this is if you're not like me and you listen to so many political things that you are, you know, in The Office when Jim knows Dwight's middle name and he blurts it out and he goes, oh, I'm disturbed, I know that. I'm disturbed that when I hear 1 second of Brian Glenn's voice, I know who it is, but it's Brian Glenn. If you don't know, Brian Glenn is the significant other, the lover, and the boyfriend of Marjorie Taylor Greene. So that's who's asking this question. And the question is going to be, if you can't hear it, you shouldn't have accepted Rosie O'Donnell, who just recently moved to Ireland.
Fun-loving people, great attitude, many in this room right now that I've met. Why in the world would you let Rosie O'Donnell move to Ireland? I think she's going to lower your happiness level.
That's true. Thank you. I like that question.
Do
you know you have Rosie O'Donnell? Do you know who she is? Do you know who she is?
I'm joking.
You're better off not knowing.
You know when you're on a subway? Put this back up, Jaden. And or let's say something different. I use the bar example. Do you know, like, imagine you go to a bar and it's not going to be your night, so you're gonna not drink, but then there's someone next to you, and I know I keep coming back to this, but since we already referenced it, and they're talking about Chuck Schumer being a Palestinian and how he was Jewish and now he's a Palestinian, and you don't know who they are, and you just kind of want to stare forward as stiffly as possible so they don't think that you are okay interacting with them. That's how he looks. He's so uncomfortable. He's like, what is this reporter talking about? So let me explain. The United States, for some reason, elected, let me explain to the Irish viewers out there who might be confused. The United States elected someone because we have a real problem with properly preparing people to be thoughtful adults. And a district said, hey, let's send this lady to Congress. And her name was Marge. And Marge believed in every single one of the most wild conspiracy theories. So because loyalty to Trump is now the priority for this party above everything else, one of the people who's, I guess, influential in the right-wing space is her boyfriend, Brian, who is most known now, I guess. The two questions I've seen him ask have been, Zelensky, why aren't you wearing a nicer outfit? And why'd you let Rosie O'Donnell go to your country? We're a long way from Bernstein, right? Or Woodward. Who am I thinking of? You know, the classics.
With Biden, they wanted to take the whole country, but I think I've stopped that, but we'll see. But yeah, there are things you could do that wouldn't be pleasant in a financial sense. I can do things financially that would be very bad for Russia. I don't want to do that because I want to get peace. I want to see peace, and we'll see. But in a financial sense, yeah, we could do things very bad for Russia. It would be devastating for Russia, but
yeah, he doesn't. He's fine taking aggressive acts against Ukraine, but he really, really, really doesn't want to have to do anything harmful to Russia. Then you have this.
So we've had a lot of bad trade policies, and yet we're doing very well right now. But we're doing well because I won the election. If I didn't win the election, you would have had a very bad period. I think a lot of the stock market going down was because of a really bad 4 years that we had. When you look at inflation and all of the other problems that were, I mean, wars and inflation and so many other problems.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. I can't. What? So, as a reminder, the stock market was doing very well, and then Trump came in office, and it still was doing well. And then he started going crazy with all of his economic policies, and that's when it reacted. And how do you say we've had all of... Oh gosh, this makes me so upset. Okay. So, we're hearing simultaneously from the MAGAs that I saw someone take credit for the jobs report. Levitt or one of those people came out and said, you know, it's amazing we had a stable jobs report. The jobs report was underperforming from expectations, but whatever. It was a perfectly fine jobs report. I said that at the time. But it also was February. Trump hadn't done a ton of stuff by the end of February. And it takes a second, as they say, for things to really react. Whereas the stock market can more immediately react to news, right? It can, as the phrase goes, the president can sway markets with the one sentence. And so they have this new thing where any good metric they can find, like inflation coming down and right now being at a pretty stable amount, something that Trump inherited. That's because of Trump, I heard a MAGA account say. Because he's great. But then we find bad things at GDP now, forecast things that have more to do with what's to come because of him. And they say that that's because of Biden. So things now that are what he inherited, they'll find the correct metrics or good metrics and they'll say that's because of him. But things that are looking at what could happen because of his policies are because of Biden. What a world. What a world. Share your thoughts in the comments.